The 2026 World Cup isn't just a soccer tournament. It's an unprecedented logistical marathon. We're looking at a historic clash here. FIFA's rigid, uncompromising global standards going head-to-head with America's multi-billion-dollar NFL megastadiums. In this explainer, we're going deep under the hood of the biggest structural transformation in sports history. The preparation is absolute madness, and the stakes? They have literally never been higher.
Okay, let's dive into this. Just look at that staggering number on screen. $5.5 billion. That's the reported cost of Los Angeles' SoFi Stadium. It's an absolute ultra-modern marvel, comfortably the most expensive stadium ever built on the planet, complete with a 90,000 square meter translucent canopy. It's this pristine, untouchable temple of American sports, built to represent the absolute pinnacle of engineering. But here is the brutal reality. To host the biggest soccer tournament in the world, having a $5 billion masterpiece just isn't enough. FIFA has strict, non-negotiable requirements, and right now, America's crown jewels are actually failing the test. To meet these global standards, these untouchable stadiums are facing literal, physical demolition. Just think about that for a second, tearing apart brand new billion-dollar venues. It all comes down to what we're calling the sizing nightmare. You see, U.S. stadiums are primarily built for the NFL, American football, which has a much narrower gridiron pitch. Structurally, these pitches are roughly 20 meters narrower than the mandatory dimensions of a professional FIFA soccer pitch. These massive concrete bowls are simply so tight that a world-class soccer pitch physically does not fit. Let's see how this builds into a massive engineering headache. To carve out space for that wider grass, venues on this demolition list, like LA's SoFi, New York and New Jersey's MetLife, and Kansas City's historic Arrowhead, are having to bring in the jackhammers. They are literally tearing out rows of permanent premium seating just to squeeze the pitch in to meet FIFA's strict rulebook. They're excavating earth, cutting into solid concrete walls and raising field levels. Guys, this isn't some minor cosmetic renovation. We're talking about massive structural surgery. And the sizing issue? That was just the first battle. Next up is the million-dollar grass war. Currently, 8 major U.S. stadiums use artificial plastic grass or turf. Now, NFL players absolutely dread this plastic pitch. It's even earned the nickname the MetLife curse due to the devastating rate of injuries on it. But for the World Cup, FIFA strictly bans this turf. Period. No exceptions. Matches will only be played on real grass, and that creates a logistical nightmare of epic proportions. Growing real grass isn't as simple as planting some seeds, especially when you have to cover 16 venues across 3 massive countries. Turf grass specialists, like Professor John Sorochin, are facing a serious agronomic crisis. They have to conquer 16 drastically different microclimates. We're talking everything from Miami's stifling tropical heat to the 7,200-foot thin air of Mexico City, all the way to Seattle's cool rainfall. The grass has to perform perfectly in all of them without a single flaw. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the million-dollar scientific solution replacing that artificial turf, hybrid grass. It's not just turf, and it's not just grass either. It's a highly engineered biological system where real natural grass is blended with synthetic fibers. These fibers anchor the roots deep beneath the surface so that during intense matches, the pitch stays firmly stabilized, no matter how much pressure the world's best players put on it. The technology keeping this grass alive is genuinely mind-blowing. Let's break down this agronomy tech stack because the underground engineering here is insane. Right beneath the players' cleats, you've got heavily engineered sand-based foundations for rapid drainage. Then, there are powerful vacuum ventilation systems that instantly suck away heavy rain and precisely push oxygen to the roots so the grass can literally breathe. And for those enclosed stadiums with massive roofs blocking out the sun, they're deploying massive arrays of industrial grow lights just to keep the turf surviving. It's a literal life support system for the field. So why go through all this extreme effort and multi-million-dollar expense? Michigan State University turf specialist Trey Rogers sums it up perfectly right here. Players want predictable surfaces that respond the same way every time they step onto the field. Elite athletes require elite consistency. A pass needs to roll with the exact same speed and bounce in Toronto as it does in Houston or LA. The margin for error is absolutely zero. With this monumental ground-level issue solved, let's shift our gaze upward to the architectural marvels hosting these games. The 2026 World Cup is setting the stage for the ultimate stadium showdown. We are talking about modern coliseums, fully packed with luxury and cutting-edge tech that completely beggar belief. And this brilliantly illustrates the sheer scale we are dealing with. It's literally a clash of titans. On one side, you have Dallas's AT&T Stadium, boasting a capacity of 94,000 screaming fans and a twin-board monster screen so massive that punchers' footballs have actually hit it during games. On the other side, LA's SoFi Stadium, with its $5.5 billion colossal price tag and a 1,000-ton double-sided 4K infinity screen suspended from the roof. These are two absolutely unmatched masterpieces.
But even these billion-dollar coliseums have their glaring flaws. Take Dallas's AT&T Stadium, famously nicknamed the Death Star. It has one massive issue. The setting sun beams directly through its massive end zone windows, creating an intense glare that completely blinds players on the field. It's such a big deal that for World Cup matches ending near sunset, organizers are having to install massive blackout curtains, literally just so the players can physically see the ball.
Meanwhile, Atlanta's Mercedes-Benz Stadium brings a totally different flavor of futuristic luxury. Inspired by Rome's ancient pantheon, it features a jaw-dropping retractable roof with 8 intersecting petals that smoothly open and close, just like a massive camera aperture. And right on its inner perimeter, wrapping a full 360 degrees, is a halo video screen using over 37 million LEDs. The visual experience in there is absolutely surreal.
But we can't talk about epic venues without paying respect to the undisputed king of soccer history, Mexico City's Estadio Azteca. It's going to be the first stadium globally to host 3 men's World Cups. It's an imposing fortress, not just because of its legendary history, but because of its extreme altitude of 2,200 meters. The air up there is radically thinner, which not only brutally tests the stamina of world-class players, but actually accelerates the speed and trajectory of the ball.
So the crucial point is this sheer unprecedented marathon scale of this upcoming tournament. We're talking 104 matches scheduled in just 39 days, spread across 4 time zones and up to 2,800 miles apart. The travel alone is staggering. From keeping vacuum-ventilated hybrid grass alive to the physical demolition of billion-dollar luxury suites, preparing for this event is a monumental logistical masterpiece in itself. The stage is meticulously, surgically set. Through compromise, clashing, and pushing engineering to its absolute limits, FIFA and North America have designed the most spectacular arenas in the history of the sport. Now, only one massive question remains. Who will ultimately conquer these billion-dollar coliseums in 2026? Thanks for joining me for this explainer, and I'll catch you